In the solo in Lucky Man, it's been said that you've been disappointed because that was the first take, and you didn't really like it. Have you grown comfortable with it over the years? It's legendary for us
Well,
fans.
it's one of those things that I know bands like Genesis and Asia and a lot of my contemporaries, bands like Yes, of course,
Hmm.
they're very reluctant to improvise. Whereas, as I said already, that I love doing that.
Right.
The take that went on to the record, and everybody knows, and the Moog solo at the end, was a complete one-off,
Right.
and I I was just experimenting, and I had some ideas coming, so I just did a pass over this last bit because Greg was strumming over and over a standard sort of modal chord progression.
Right.
And I thought, well, you just can't go out forever like this. This needs something on the end. So that's where the mode came in, and
Yeah.
it was in the very early days, and I really hadn't uh, got really in touch with the Moog synthesizer. It was still a very complicated instrument. That in some way it still is, but so I experimented, and they did a run through, and I looked round in the control room. I looked back out to the engineering desk, and there was a huge thumbs up. And I said, "Well, that was just a rough take, you know."
No, it wasn't. That was it right
hold
there.
on a hold on a second.
Okay.
Uh, I've got my son on the line here. Okay, no, I'll have to call him a bit later.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so that was it. So that's the one that came out. And
Wow.
what concerned me, of course, was that Greg had done quite a lot of overdubs, vocals on
Right.
it. I said, well, when we first got to America, and I heard it being played all over the radio, and I was a little bit dismayed because my main concern was that there were so many backing harmonies that how are we going to make this sound like it was?
Right.
So, there was a lot of concern, and I approached the record company, and they said, well, maybe Greg could, he doesn't really have to do all the harmonies. I mean, quite honestly, Carl Palmer didn't sing very well. He probably might do now, I don't know. But I mean, I sing so bad, deaf people refuse to read my lips. So that. So there was no chance of backing harmonies. So that was it. So and the other thing which really disturbed me was I didn't think it was truly representative. I didn't think that Lucky Man was truly representative of the rest of what ELP were doing, which was very groundbreaking stuff.
Oh yeah.